hello to Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising, and everyone else who's capable of noticing that I really need a haircut, so hopefully I'll get that soon. But I'm doing your horoscope today for your 2021 predictions, so we're going to see what's going on for you, Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we are going to get started with a little bit of animal spirit guidance reading. We're going to draw a random card for you. And it's not totally random. It's chosen by the spirits, not by me. But we just want to know, what animal's wisdom can Taurus benefit from in 2021? Which animal is going to be able to help them along their journey in the best way possible? So I am not good at shuffling in this manner. Normally when I shuffle, I bend my cards all kinds of crazy ways, but these really don't want to be bent. Okay, I'm told that it's the top card. I can stop shuffling. So here we actually have a fish. Not an animal you would normally expect for Taurus, but still one that I think Taurus will be able to appreciate. So fish are emotionally in tune. They recognize the teamwork and the camaraderie that is required to get things done. So that's something I think Taurus can kind of already relate to. What's different from a fish, from what Taurus is usually like, is that they don't operate on conscious logic, conscious awareness as much. They operate more on intuition, being able to, respond to the environment and what's going on around them. And they also have a lot to do with fertility. So that doesn't mean necessarily having babies. So if you don't want a baby this year, I'm not trying to scare you. It doesn't have to mean that. But, creating a fertile environment for things to grow, and that could have to do with planting seeds for your success. For marketing, it could have to do with growing literal crops in your garden outside your home. But that is the animal that we're going to take wisdom from, and I'm sure we'll see more themes coming up with the fish and giving us more insight as to why they chose that card for you. So go ahead and pull up a cup of your favorite beverage, and we're going to get comfortable. I hope you're taking a sip too. I don't want to be taking a sip alone. Like, seriously, get something to drink. What am I having? I am having an Earl Grey tea with milk and honey, but this Earl Grey tea has lavender in it, so it's even better. Okay, so I feel like I want to get started with this deck, and we're just going to kind of see, what's going on, overall theme for the entire year, and then we are going to address whatever comes up. Okay. So the first card we have is the Four of Coins. So this is going to be kind of a year of saving money, protecting your resources, and investing for the future, planning for the future. It's going to be kind of what's going on surface level. Now, when it has to do with actual money, I'm seeing this as basically you know what to do. You know what the right intuitive answers are. You have the saving habits that you're going to need. You are naturally, as a Taurus, you're pretty well money-minded, and you've got a good head on your shoulders. So I'm not seeing any issues coming up with money. In terms of communication, we have the Four of Cups. So this is someone who's really mad at you, really upset with you, and there's no reconciling the situation, really. So this is probably someone who's a little bit more emotionally fueled, a little bit more dramatic. Could be like a Cancer or a Leo, or either some type of Earth is the opposite of what I'm looking for. Some type of fire or water energy that is a lot more emotionally influenced than Taurus people are. In terms of family and home, we have the Six of Wands. So I'm feeling that you're going to be completing some kind of project. You're going to have a really good feat and a grand sort of accomplishment going on in your home. Maybe there was some remodeling going on that you're happy with. For most people, this is not going to have anything to do with contracts. So if you were trying to purchase a new home or thinking about purchasing a new home, this likely indicates that it's not the year for that, but there is some type of accomplishment that you will be proud of in terms of your home. If that's the only one that's possible for you, then that might be the case, but I'm not seeing an actual contract come up. I'm seeing more like a project that was completed. All right, in terms of fun, hobbies, and affairs, we have the Three of Wands. So this shows something that you were waiting for, and I feel like it's a bit of an unrequited love situation. And I think that's something we should look into a little bit more. You know, what's going on, Taurus? What are you waiting for? Who are you holding out for? All right, in terms of everyday life, we are seeing the Three of Coins. So this means you're taking on some type of new responsibility. You have something coming in where you're going to step up, where you're going to take on a new role and take on a new job of some sort. So there is going to be a little bit of a change in your daily life and your arrangements. In terms of relationships with others, not with ourselves, but with others, haha. We have the Magician. So this is kind of an irritating card to get for relationships, because I'm seeing that there's a lot of situations where you felt like you had to be kind of manipulative in order to be able to get your way, I guess. You know, you're feeling like you have to offer something all the time in order to get the other party to cooperate with you. So this is not necessarily a romantic partner. For most of you, it probably will be. But for some of you, this could also be family. It could be coworkers. It could be a business partner. Someone who's just always kind of wondering, what can you put in? What can you give them? What can you provide for them? So this shows a situation that's likely to be irritating. We're going to get more information on this one soon. But for now, we're going to look and see what's coming up in other areas of life. Okay. So this card, I definitely feel like goes hand in hand with this card. And there's some kind of soulmate pairing that's going on, then a relationship that's been a bit turbulent, which I know is not exactly Taurus's cup of tea. So we're going to find out more about that soon. Now this is showing that you may be thinking about pursuing further education. And basically you're just looking to expand your mind. You're looking to explore, and you might feel that, you know, going to school could be the right way to do that. This card is more about the emotional gains of knowledge than it is about the material gains of knowledge. So for most of you, you might eventually realize going to school is not the right answer this year, even if it is something you wind up thinking about. But it's more about how you can just expand your mind and expand your perspective on the world. And that's all you're really seeking this year. And college can help you do that, but it's not the only way. Okay. In terms of public status, we are getting the Hermit. So this is showing that for some reason you feel like you have kind of wanted to hide yourself, keep to yourself, not be as public. Maybe you felt very scrutinized by the public in the past, and I'm not seeing that this is going to hold you back in your career, but 2021 is going to be kind of a career of doing things behind the scenes and not working out in the limelight quite as much. So there's that. Probably going to ask for more information on that card too, because we do care about career. All right. In terms of groups, this is kind of saying that you're going to keep it close-knit this year. You're not going to be branching out that much. I'm seeing you spending a lot of time in your home. And on scene things, we are getting the Queen of Wands. So this is most likely a fire sign woman. Either way, it is going to be a woman with a fiery temper. And I'm seeing that there's some kind of secret surrounding her, something that you don't know, something that she has not revealed, and this might even be the family member that you are having issues with, but there's stuff that you don't know. So we're going to go ahead and draw some cards on that one, see what they have to say about that one as well. And yeah, hopefully I can remember everything I was going to draw cards on. Okay, so I know I was going to draw cards on this one. I was going to draw cards on, more so this one. I think that's what I really want to know about. And career. So we're going to do career, love, and the secret that is being hidden. I would ask you to remind me, but here, how many things is it? Career, love, secret. That's 3 things. So if I don't do 3 more things, then I know I missed something. Okay. So first we're going to ask about your love life and what is going to be going on in 2021 with that. What is going on in 2021 for Taurus with their love life? Okay. All right, so in terms of communication, there's likely going to be some new communication, either with someone you haven't talked to in a really long time who is coming back into your life. And I say this very carefully because we did see the 3 of Wands come up earlier, and that indicates that has someone who you're actively waiting for. That's what that indicates here. So what's likely going to happen is there's someone from the past who pops in and communicates with you for a short period of time, and then they wind up kind of ghosting again, and they leave you waiting. But either way, there's going to be a little bit of new conversation going on in your love life. And the bad thing about that is the 5 of coins. So this does show a feeling of disparity. It shows that, you know, you're going to be feeling like your needs aren't being met, like they're not communicating enough. Like they came in, they communicated for this short while, and then all of a sudden they cut you off, and then it's like boom, nothing, and you feel like you're starving. I needed a sip of tea after that. That sucks, Taurus. Okay. The good thing is that this is kind of bringing back a connection. Like, why is this good? This doesn't seem good, but it's bringing back a connection that left you feeling wounded. So I'm seeing that there's kind of some things like in your heart chakra, if you will, that need to be stitched back together. And for some dumb reason, talking with this dang person is apparently supposed to help you get things sorted out in your heart and in your mind so that you can love again more wholly and more ruthlessly, and then have a better 2022 for your love life. Because so far 2021 doesn't look that great, to be honest, for your love life. And the bad thing is that there's going to be kind of a constant flux of, do I want to do this or do I not? Is this worth my time and my energy, or is this not worth my time and my energy? And it's going to be very back and forth. So that's a little bit annoying. Then when it comes to money in your relationships, how money is being affected. So the good news is that for some reason what is going on with this person inspires you in a way that is very fruitful for your career. You know, you'll get that little extra kick of motivation when they reach back out to you again. You'll get that inspiration that you need to get that project done, to get back on track with your goals, and celebrate self-love and celebrate supporting the people who are actually actively in your life. And even though to some extent you're getting caught up in this person who essentially by the end of the year isn't really going to matter, even though you're wasting a bit of time with that, it does look like there's going to be something productive that it creates for you. So there's that. The bad thing is that there's going to be some fighting over money. So part of the reason why you're ironically motivated to make more money and do better than you already have, because Taurus is usually very good with money to begin with. Part of the reason for that is because you are fighting. You're fighting to prove yourself. You're fighting to feel like you are worth the while. But that's going to serve as a little fire underneath your butt. It's going to serve as a little bit of extra motivation, which by 2022, I think you'll be happy that it happened and happy that you put the work in. Now, when it comes to emotions, this person is going to like provide you with small amounts of gratification, small amounts of amusement and personal joy. But there's going to be a lot of pride surrounding that. So you probably won't feel that you won't feel that they can console you. You won't feel that you can console them. There's not really going to be much deep emotional exchange that's able to happen between the two of you because the emotions are just kind of locked down. Even when you try to open up, it's like prickly fire. It's like there's just like fire and aggression surrounding all the emotions between you and this person, basically because there's bad blood and you're probably never going to be able to get rid of the bad blood with that person. So that is that. I think I kind of want to know about the secret next. What is the secret that's being kept from you? I don't like to switch decks when I'm asking about something another deck was telling me about, but I have other decks that want to answer this question. I think this one wants to answer it more. This deck is like, I know the secret. Let me tell you. I'm like, okay. You get your chance. I'm not that difficult to persuade. I'm a Leo. I'm highly manipulatable. Whatever. I need tea after admitting that. Okay, so what is this secret? What is being hidden from you? Are you even going to find out by the end of the year? I'm getting yes. You will find out by the end of the year. That's what I'm getting. But there's a secret. All right. So the first card is the Page of Cups. I'm getting this has to do with a younger family member. And then the Nine of Wands. So there's been some kind of past disaster that has caused this to become a secret. For some people, I do feel like this was actually like a house fire, but for most, it's not a literal house fire. It's more like something happened that uprooted their living situation and caused them trauma and caused them fear and just uprooted their life and made things really unpleasant. So they're now a bit on edge and paranoid, and that's why they're keeping this thing a secret. So above is the Sun. So this is someone who's like normally not secretive. This is normally someone who keeps things out in the open, who overshares, who gives too much information. So this is like the family member who normally tells you things you don't even want to know. But this year, because of their past traumas and because of their fears, they are being more secretive about what is going on with them. Below is the Ace of Swords. So to me, that says they are going to tell you probably about halfway through the year. They're going to tell you. So we're thinking about in like June or so. But for now and for the first half of 2021, it does look like they're going to be hiding something. In the past, we have the Four of Cups. And I'm feeling like this has to do with either someone else told them to keep it a secret, either someone else like in their personal life and their personal circle encourage them to keep it a secret, or it's just kind of like their own emotional incentive for keeping it a secret. But either way, it is a decision that they made, which is important to keep in mind. And it is because of these past traumas. All right, so what I'm seeing in the future is the Hermit, and for them, keeping this secret is going to help them gain a little bit of freedom. So this has to do with kind of, you know, that whole philosophy of, I don't even know a phrase for it, honestly. Like if you move in silence, if you keep your plans a secret, then they'll turn out better in the end, or something like that. Like this idea that you're not supposed to boldly announce everything that you're doing, even though that's what this person normally does. This is going to be kind of a good change for them, where they decide to kind of move in silence and let it play out. All right, the attitudes are the Queen of Swords, so they're probably going to get really defensive, even like verbally aggressive if you bring it up, if you try to confront them about it, because this is not something they want to share. I'm seeing that they will share when they are ready, but they're not going to respond kindly to anyone prying and trying to get the information out of them. What's going on around them is justice. So like, again, I'm seeing that there's something they've been fighting for based on things that have happened with their home in the past. For some of them, it's going to be that there's a court battle that's actually happening. Since it has to do with the home, it could have to do with like a custody case. It could have to do with like a legal ownership of property that was either in the home or part of the home. It could have to do with something like that. But there's like a legal battle that they don't want to talk about right off the bat, because they know there's some things that haven't worked out so well for them in the past. And it seems like this person just really wants security. They just really want to be able to feel safe. And that's part of the reason why they're keeping things a little bit more protected in their life right now. So what I'm seeing from this is that they're going to be busy too. They're going to be putting in a lot of hard work to try to make things grow. And like, this is the 10 of Wands. Yeah, this is the 10 of Wands. It comes right after the 9 of Wands. So this is about, you know, we had the rubble, we had the ashes. How can we make things grow from the rubble and ashes? How can we make it into something better? So that's kind of what they're hoping for with this. And the final outcome is the Knight of Cups. So I'm seeing, like, especially with these two cards combined, that this whole situation for this person, who again is most likely a family member of theirs, of yours. Are they in their own family? Yes, they're in their own family. I said the wrong word. I do that a lot. I have Mercury retrograde in my chart. But this whole situation for them, and them kind of keeping their secret, it's about them finding their way. And it's going to make them stronger. It's going to make them more capable of doing things on their own. And ultimately, it does look like it's going to be good for them. Like, there's no reason to really worry. I am feeling like most of the trauma, most of the big issues for them are in the past. So I know, like, as a Taurus, you're super helpful with people around you, especially family, but this is something that it looks like they don't really need help with. So I don't think you need to actually worry so much. All right, so the last thing we wanted to ask about was career. What was the card that we got for career? It's probably still in here. Did I shuffle already? I think I shuffled and got them all mixed up. Oh well. I think it was the Hermit. Yeah, it was the Hermit, wasn't it? And then we also had the 3 of Coins that came up in daily responsibilities. So we'll see kind of the explanation for those two happening here. I need a bigger table. Okay. So, what's coming up in career? And will the Taurus watching this feel that it is good or bad? And in what ways will it be good or bad? That's how I normally shuffle. The Hermit came up again. So you might not necessarily like the fact that you have to keep everything secret and protected. Ironically, you're being just like your family member who's being secretive. You're moving in silence too. One of the same cards that came up for your love life came up again here. In a very similar position, but not identical. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that there's some projects and some past goals, some past dreams that this year in 2021 you are going to end up deciding are dead and gone. It's over. That thing that you wanted in the past, you're accepting that it's not actually happening. That is scary. And for some of my friends out there with Taurus placements, I don't want it to be the thing that they actually care about. But I'm not going to lie either. Like, I'm so tempted to lie and say, like, don't give up on your dreams. Like, okay, the point of this is that throughout the year, you're going to get certain signs and certain signals and, you know, feedback based on what is going on in reality. And then also realizing the change in how you feel emotionally. And I think it's really how you feel about things emotionally that's going to give you the biggest indicator of what it is that you need to let go of in 2021. Like, what is the thing that you wanted to do, that you had planned to do for probably 10 years that just isn't going to happen. And it's the reason why it's not going to happen is because it wasn't meant for you to begin with. And there's a different purpose you have. There's something else you can do that, you know, a little bit later on, like at least within the next 2 or 3 years from now, I think you'll understand that purpose and you'll appreciate it more. And you no longer will regret it, and you'll no longer feel so heartbroken over this goal that you had to give up on, over this thing that you lost in your career. So we did see something new coming up. We did see some plans happening in secret. A lot of these cards do seem they're about getting rid of what's dead and gone. I'm seeing that there's going to be someone coming into your life who's giving you very good advice when it comes to money. So this could be an investor, it could be a fellow businessman, fellow businesswoman. It's someone who basically knows their shit and knows what they're doing. It's a very no-nonsense type of personality. This is someone who can be a bit harsh in the way they say things at times, but you will recognize them as being wise and being a person worth listening to, and you will value their insight, even though a lot of people find them to just be offensive and rude. So it's, someone very kind of stern-mannered who will be giving you advice in 2021. Okay, so this indicates that you are going to have a tight group of people that you are working with on a project. And I'm getting that that's part of the reason why you end up feeling like it's not the project that you wanted it to be. It's not the project you have had dreamed of all these years. It's not fulfilling those fantasies of what your life could someday be like. Because there's these other people's opinions aren't going to sit well with you all the time. You are going to recognize them as kind of being like your team, being your coworkers, the people you are working on this project with that was supposed to be like your hopes and dreams and all that. But the team ends up steering the project in a different direction that's going to make you feel kind of confused, essentially. And you're going to have to step back many times in 2021 and ask yourself, why do I actually feel this way? Why am I upset with the people who are trying to help me? Why don't I like any of their ideas? Why don't I like the way they're doing things? Is it because I'm wrong, or is it because they're wrong, or should I compromise? There's basically going to be a lot of questions about what you should do and how you should interact with these people and which decisions you should let them make and which times you should actually step up and speak your mind. I'm seeing a lot of threes happening here, which again indicates there's a lot of change. Remember, we got that Three of Pentacles card that affected the daily work. And we actually had that show up again, but this is a different deck, so it does look quite different. And this is basically about climbing the ladder. It's about taking necessary steps in order to be able to move forward. And these people you meet, they are going to help you move forward. And it might feel like you're compromising. It might even feel like you're giving up. It might feel like you're a total freaking sellout and it's all going to be dead and gone from now on. It might feel that way. Hi, I'm recording a video. Okay, and then one more card that I haven't given an interpretation for yet is this horse card, this quite sad looking horse over here. And this is telling us that basically the conversations you face are going to be in your career, specifically in your career. Conversations are going to be unsatisfying, they're going to be disappointing, and you're going to feel like people are constantly giving you bad news, but they don't act like it's bad news. They might even act like it's great news, and you're just like, oh, I don't like this. This is horrible. This is not what I wanted at all. And it's kind of changing your path, and it's going to feel like you're totally giving up, like what you wanted is totally dead and gone. But what I'm actually seeing beyond 2021 is that it's not dead and gone. And it's going to be more like we change directions, we evolve the goal, and I'm still seeing that there's potential to evolve this further in later years, like in 2022, maybe not even. You might have to wait till 2023 to be able to evolve this goal and evolve this project and your dream to be what you actually wanted it to be. But for now, it's going to feel like you sold your dream for money, and it's going to feel like you're giving up in a lot of ways. So 2021 is going to feel like it's a really disappointing year for your career, but it's really more of a stepping stone to get you to where you actually want to be, and it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as it feels when it comes to your career. So that is my reading for you, Taurus. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a comment below. Consider sharing with your friends. You can pick their sign, go look at what their birthday is and see what their sign is. You can use my natal chart calculator. I'll have a link to it below. It's on my website, so if you don't know your friends' placements, you can go look at that, and then you can be like, oh, my best friend's a Cancer. I'm going to send them the video for their sign. And I would really appreciate that. That helps me out. If you want to support me financially and you're in a position to be able to do that, it does help me get new up-to-date equipment, which I'm needing right now. I definitely need some upgrades. So I have a Patreon link below if you want to help me be able to invest in these videos. And I will see you again soon. Bye. Yep, please subscribe.